this is the video where we do our giveaway and we also install this.
Every step I take, I'm stepping up. I march like an army. I fall more than I like, but I get back up. I'm better for the bruises. My scars are all badges.
Alright, so first off, let's go ahead and talk about what's in the box and what you have a chance to win in this video. Reach in here, pull out the first thing. Yeah, that's right, guys. We have a shirt in the box, which is exactly what I'm wearing. The shirt is a large. That's the only one we have at the moment. So that's one item, and these are going to be separate giveaways. So if you win this, you will not win that. Alright, here we go, guys. What is in the box? And here you go, guys. It is a $100 gift card. That's all you got to do. Use this card on LMR. You can buy whatever you want. I know we had a couple guys saying, man, I hope it's this and I hope it's that. Well, you know what? Here you go. You can make it whatever you want with this gift card. All right, so we got the gift card. We got the shirt here. These are what you're going to win. One person will win the gift card and one person will win the shirt. Towards the end of the video, we'll talk about how you can enter to win. It's going to be super simple. Let's go ahead and look what else LMR sent. Oh yeah. This is a Ford Performance aluminum drive shaft. You might be asking yourself, well, why an aluminum drive shaft? What's wrong with the drive shaft you got in your car? To be completely honest with you, the reason why I wanted an aluminum drive shaft is because these cars, because Foxbodies are notorious for vibration issues. It's like no matter what you do, they all have vibration issues. And twice now on Foxbodies that I've had, it's come down to the drive shaft. Not universal joints, but the whole thing, drive shaft. Every time I have put a new drive shaft in one of these cars, it has fixed it. This car has a vibration. We know it's got brand new wheels and tires. They come pre-balanced. It's got brand new shocks and struts on it. So you know what? It's probably the drive shaft. Then again, it may not be. Either way, this is a great upgrade. The car's gonna feel a little more peppy. This thing is a lot lighter. So this drive shaft is gonna have a lot less rotating mass. Contrary to popular belief, aluminum drive shafts are actually very, very strong. I'll go ahead, I'll get the car jacked up, and then we'll come back out here and get this drive shaft installed. This drive shaft shouldn't take any more than, you know, I'll give you an hour on the install. If you've already got the car in the air, it could take 20 minutes and you're done. But I'll say this takes about an hour. We'll see. So if you guys saw this picture on Instagram, now you know what it is. All right, guys, let's sit down and talk for just a second before we go ahead and get started on the car. I want to talk a little bit about the LMR sponsorship and basically where we're headed with this channel. So as you all know, from time to time, LMR sponsors content for the channel. The question I have for you guys is, how often do you want to see this type of content? You know, I don't want to overload you guys. I don't want to have content, you know, sponsored content every week if you guys don't want to see it. Not that that's happening, but I just kind of want to go ahead and get it out in the open. You know, I'm a working man and I pride myself on buying my own parts. But at the same time, it does help when LMR sponsors content because, you know, maybe I don't have $300 right now to go out and buy this drive shaft. So it does help. It provides a steady flow of content through the channel. But all of that is irrelevant if you guys don't want to see it. I am just kind of asking you guys' opinion to make sure I'm on the right track with this. So far, we're looking at maybe 2, possibly 3 times a month getting some sponsored content like this. Like I said, we don't want it every video. I've talked with Tyler about it and he agrees and understands. I have a homepage link down in the description right now. So anytime you need anything from LMR, all you have to do is click that homepage link and that just takes you to the LMR website, and it's just a portal. It goes through kind of like, you can think of it as my account. So anything that you buy in there, it just lets LMR know that you clicked it from my channel. That's all it is. It shows traffic, and it allows them to be able to put a statistic on how much traffic that we generate. So that's how we get stuff like this. I always want to keep, you know, budget style content, especially with the Foxbodies. You know, there's going to be times when we splurge, but for the most part, we want to keep this budget. That's why whenever I get parts from LMR, we don't go all the way out. We don't spend all the money. We try to keep it budget. Try to make it relatable to most everybody that watches the videos. Every once in a while, we'll splurge a little bit because I know not everybody is on a budget. Try to mix it up for you guys and have a little bit of content for everybody. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for everything that you've done, all the love you've shown this channel, all the love you've shown LMR. Thank you for the kind words. It's just greatly appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. We hit 7,000 subscribers not too long ago, and we're on our way to 10,000. At 10,000, we'll try to do a big giveaway. All right, guys, let's jump on this drive shaft. A lot of times people ask, why do you need an aluminum drive shaft? Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Most people do not need an aluminum drive shaft. You just don't. But if you're having vibration issues with your Foxbody or any Mustang or any car for that matter, really, maybe it's got something to do with the stock balancing on the drive shafts. These things are super strong. Now, there's an argument for, you know, steel being stronger than aluminum. You know, there's always that argument. But I will tell you this, if you won't purchase an aluminum drive shaft because you think it's weak, then I'm here to tell you they are not weak. Just know this drive shaft is super light and super durable. Also, that leads me to the last thing. To be completely honest with you, you're gonna pick up a little bit of power seat of the pants feel, simply because these things are so light. Now watch this. It's hard to do this with a regular drive shaft, right? So, all right, one finger, guys, look at that. It's probably a bad finger to pick if you've been thinking about picking up one of these drive shafts, but maybe you were scared because you're scared of the aluminum. Nah, go ahead and get it. Also, one other thing, the aluminum absorbs vibration. It's not just the fact that you're putting a new drive shaft in the car. The aluminum actually soaks up a lot of those vibrations, those drivetrain vibrations, so you don't feel it in the steering wheel and the seat of your pants. There's not a lot to show you guys up under the car. I mean, there's literally only 4 bolts and you slide the drive shaft out, but you know, I'll put the camera under there, show you a couple things. All right, guys, so we're under the car, and just so you know, if they're stock, your drive shaft bolts are going to be a 12 millimeter 12 point. Alright, so once you get these two out on the bottom, all you'll do is you'll go release your emergency brake, take the car out of gear, and you'll just spin it around, and then you'll pull the emergency brake, put it back in gear, and take the other two out. And we're pretty much done after that point. Whew. Okay, so here is the stock drive shaft that come out of the car, and of course there's the aluminum drive shaft. Now, as you can see, there is a substantial size difference in these two. This is the way the drive shaft comes, completely assembled. Just like you pull this one out, you can push that one right back in. Oh yeah, one more quick thing. With the aluminum drive shafts, pay attention whenever you put these back in. Make sure you have enough room so that the exhaust doesn't hit this drive shaft. I know it may not look like it, but it's a good bit bigger than this drive shaft. If your exhaust or your mufflers are only that far, you know, away from your drive shaft as it is, when you put this big drive shaft in there, there's a good chance that the exhaust can float around and hit this. Now, that's one downside to an aluminum drive shaft. If anything's rubbing on it, it can literally cut it in half. So you need to make sure that none of your exhaust or anything like that is close to this. You can get away with it with a steel drive shaft. You cannot get away with it with an aluminum drive shaft. Well, all right, guys, we're gonna come back, we're gonna throw this thing in, and then we're gonna do our giveaway.
My scars are all badges. Catch me up, bravery, bandages, and bullshit. I'm proud that I'm driven, no letting up. I'm headed to the top.
Just make sure you put your Loctite on. You definitely don't want these coming out. And all you're gonna do is obviously put these bolts right back in. Make sure you go back into the same holes in the flange that you come out of. Should be able to see the marks. Don't worry about which way, like up or down, that the drive shaft needs to go, because there is no particular way. And this drive shaft should be zeroed out. If it does have a vibration to it, at that point you can flip it like one hole at a time and just rotate it and put it back in. But it should be fine. If it's a good drive shaft, it shouldn't matter. Everything's good, no rubbing, no scrubbing.
I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little strong.
That was a really cool shot. If you want to enter to win these 2 giveaway items, all you have to do in the comment section down below, all you have to type in is "I want the swag," and I'll know that you want to be entered to win. Now what I'm going to do is come back in 24 hours and shut this down, okay? I'm not going to disable the comments or anything like that, but in 24 hours I'm going to come through, and anyone who has "I want the swag" down in the comment section will be entered to win. You also either have to have an email address, a Facebook or Instagram, some way that I can get up with you. If you do not have any means for me to get up with you in the comment section, I will skip over you and go to the next person, because I obviously have to be able to get up with you so I can send you the items. There again, down in the comment section below, put "I want the swag."
I want the swag.
And also make sure that you have some way I can get up with you. I don't do Twitter. You can do Instagram, email, or you can do Facebook. All right, guys, enter down below. Anyway, guys, if you would like one of these drive shafts from LMR, as always, there will be a link down in the description where you can purchase one of these drive shafts. I think it's like 300 bucks for the drive shaft. I'll put the price up right here. Also, if you need anything from LMR, there's a homepage link down in the description. All you have to do is click that link and go purchase whatever it is that you want. I don't get a cut off of it. It just shows traffic and it helps support the channel. So while we're here at night, this will give you a good look at the LEDs with the headlights and the dash lights. So my headlights do need to be adjusted a little bit, but overall it's really bright. I know a lot of people were complaining about the actual bright lights not being that much of a difference. I have to agree with you there, but you know what, that's a small trade-off. Your low beams are really as bright as you'll ever need them. So all right, I'm trying not to make you guys too dizzy here. There is still a little bit of a vibration in it, so that means it's going to be in the wheels. So that goes to show, just because you get brand new wheels and tires pre-mounted and balanced does not mean you're not going to have some vibrations. Thumbs up from me. As you can imagine, it's an aluminum drive shaft. What else is there really to say about it other than they're awesome? And it should free up a little bit of horsepower. Let's see if we can feel that extra horsepower. Poor clutch. Alright guys, that's a wrap. Love the drive shaft. Thank you, LMR. Thank you to all my subscribers. And as always, thanks for watching.